Marijuana.
Weed.
Kush.
Reefer. Trees.
Marijuana is a plant containing the psychoactive chemical tetrahydrocannabinol, also known commonly as THC, and it is the most commonly used illicit drug. Due to its popularity yet criminality, I believe it relevant for us as a body of inquisitive minds to explore how it affects our health.
I mean, it's been in my family, you know, so I guess that's where it started. That's where I saw it first, was in the home, you know.
Just smoking recreationally, you know, to relieve stress, that kind of thing. Just to relax overall, live a carefree life, you know.
Like I said, it just makes it better. Like everything. I just go out and the sun is shining so much brighter when you're high. When you go outside, you just experience life, and then life is just that much better. You just go with the flow of everything.
To be honest with you, like, I just like to chill. Like, it relaxes me. You know, it's kind of like my gift to myself when I do something, you know.
Yeah, for stress purposes most of the time. But other than that, it's just recreational. It could be a sociable event if you're just smoking with some friends, talking, hanging out. It's, you know, it makes the scene real calm.
But it does draw you away from certain friends. What I mean by like draw you away, like your friends that don't smoke. Like I have a lot of friends that don't smoke, and you know, it just draws you away from them. Like at that time, you just don't want to be bothered by them.
Peer pressure, I mean, peer pressure is in everything. Your friends could peer pressure you into buying the wrong pair of sneakers, or, you know, buying a wrong book or seeing the wrong movie. You know, peer pressure comes in all kinds of forms, but it's a personal decision. So I mean, yeah, of course I'm pressured. I like weed, so why wouldn't my peers pressure me into indulging in something that I like?
It doesn't affect me. I don't care because I know I'm not a criminal. I know that I'm not doing anything bad. I know the people I hang with who smoke aren't doing that type of thing. Like, I'm a good person. They can think what they want. I wish weed was legal. It's better than alcohol. Like, you can go to the military when you're 18, but you can't smoke some weed. You can't just light a doobie and just have a good day. Like, why does it have to be illegal?
You really do not see too many people dying off of marijuana, you know? Like, please, opposed to all the other drugs out there, I do not hear anybody overdosing. Like, it really doesn't do anything. Like, that's harmful to society, which I think, you know, would make it illegal, worthy, whatever. But, yeah, no, I'm for marijuana.
Marijuana seems to be a safe drug and not as addictive as many other drugs, say alcohol, caffeine, or nicotine. What's your opinion on this?
Alcohol, it affects your judgment, right? So does marijuana. Mixing the two is very lethal, I think.
Or very good.
It is a hallucinogen, but it's one of the most minimalist hallucinogens out there. The fact that when you smoke weed, you don't, you know, see a image in front of you that's not really there. It's more of like more concentration that goes on. So I really feel like the effects that y'all guys are talking about, it really isn't always negative.
Okay. And you build a tolerance when you smoke. Like, I'm not seeing stuff. I've done harder drugs than weed, and I can tell you that weed is not such a bad thing. It's not like a psychedelic drug when you're hallucinating, seeing things. Weed is good. That's what I say.
Marijuana was said to make people complacent or lazy. How do you feel about that?
I think marijuana just has its own effects on different people. If you are naturally a lazy person, it'll make you lazier. But if you are a person that likes to do things, go out and stuff, and you smoke, you're most likely going to still go ahead and do the same things you were doing when you're sober.
And there's different types of weed. Indica, sativa, indica will probably put you to sleep. So that's probably what they be talking about. Like, you can still live your life smoking. There's a lot of people out here who smoke, like, right when they wake up and have a normal day, go to work, do everything they have to do, go to class, like, take care of their stuff.
People who wake up and video games are their life. So they sit there and they play video games every day. They 24/7 and they have no drive, no motivation to go out and get a job or do anything else. So what are you going to say, that now they're dependent on video games? You know, there's no drug in that remote control that's like being zapped into their body. Like, that's all on a situational basis.
You know, if the person just isn't the kind of person that knows exactly what they want to do on a day-to-day basis or on a life basis, then they're smoking weed or video games, whichever, they might just turn to it every day. But there are other people who just smoke and then will take a break for a couple months and then smoke again. And
tend to spend your money on it instead of, let's say, getting a haircut. You would buy weed, or instead of going to the store and getting your deodorant or something, you go out and spend your $5 or how much ever weed costs.
And if you are caught with it on you, you know, then you will be facing the consequences that come along with it. And the law says that it is not legal. You know, that means that everybody has the right to it, right? You know, not only just the hustle to get it cheaper, everybody has the means to get the marijuana. So think about it like this. Would you want your bus driver to be high because it's legal? Would you want, you know, people that really have really important positions in everybody's day-to-day lives, would you really want them to be high just because they can be high? You know, it's all right for somebody to be walking around and, you know, be a wino or be drunk on the street, and you're like, oh, it's legal, you can't do anything about it. But what if the marijuana was high? You saying that it only has marginal effects, you know, so if it does, most people will probably try to be, you know, pulled toward it more and use it more because
I feel the same rules should apply, you know, that it goes for alcohol. You know, it's not professional for you to drink in that environment, take any kind of controlled substances or whatever, you know, when you're at work or when you're handling other people.
Going back to Honolulu just to get that Maui Wowie, that Maui Wowie. Going back to Honolulu just to get that Maui Wowie, that Maui Wowie. And I'm so high, 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 and I'm so high. Yeah, back up in the mix, aloha, nigga Cuddy looking for a fix. Got enough dough just to take a trip to get a little pinch of the Maui Wowie. Oh man, here we go again. If you ever get a chance, smoke it with a friend. Me and Pat on a mission to get lifted like John Legend and shit. Get lifted, let's get lifted. What you gon' cop? Maybe a dub.
Well, I personally know a lot of people who smoke marijuana, and I see that it actually hinders their success in a way. Like, they become more lazy, or they think about smoking and basically smoking and just chilling. They don't really have any goals or anything else going for them besides smoking.
Well, I don't think weed has any good effects to anybody. I don't think it has any beneficial effects to the mind or body or soul or anything. I feel that it leaves your mind idle and empty for you to think irrational, to feel irrational, to do anything irrational, things that you wouldn't normally do.
The mental side of things, it helps them funnel or focus their thoughts or shed the extra miscellaneous. If you look at the stats properly, the science behind it, in regards to the physical aspects, then maybe, you know, like why should it be illegal if it's not any more dangerous than, you know, alcohol or anything? So that's what all I have to say.
Smoking, they say, actually helps you focus on like your thoughts and all the things that you don't know about and aren't sure about, you know? So it's like good and bad. It sounds really stupid, but it is kind of.
I'll roll up, shorty, I'll roll up, I'll roll up, I'll roll up. It's your anniversary, isn't it? And your man ain't acting right, so you packing your dummy gear.